The Lake Conference champion Wayzata volleyball team has a strong senior class led by Elizabeth Helmich and Olivia Johnson. Jason Melillo profiles the Trojans' top hitter and setter in this week's Sports Jam Spotlight.
Wayzata volleyball coach Scott Jackson knew about Elizabeth Helmich when she was in grade school, but didn't think he'd ever see her in a Trojan uniform.
I heard of or met her when she was, I think, maybe 4th, 5th grade, and she wanted to be on a youth team at a private club where I coach, and it's like it was late. I'm like, well, we got one more spot or a couple more spots, and I met her, and then I knew her uncle, and I asked her uncle, it's like, yeah, I see she's got a Plymouth address. I mean, I'm going to see her at Wayzata. It's like, no, she's in a private school right now. I think she'll probably end up at that private high school. And I'm like, oh. I remember being a little bummed out in that moment.
Helmich enrolled in Wayzata schools in 6th grade after attending Minneapolis Academy and Providence Academy. Volleyball was already her passion, and the transition to a big school worried Helmich.
I remember being so stressed about sports because volleyball was my life, as any sport can be for a 5th grader, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to play at Wayzata. There's so many people. So it's just crazy to see how far I've come from being that little 5th grader who thought she would never play.
But Helmich thrived in the Wayzata program, and by chance came together with a lot of talented players who didn't grow up in the district. Fellow seniors Lily Emlog, Caitlin Emke, Kate Long, and Olivia Johnson all moved into the Wayzata district from out of state during middle school.
Me and Lily both moved here 8th grade year, Kate and Caitlin 7th grade, and it's crazy how such great volleyball players moved to the same school, and that definitely helped our program.
It's the best coincidence to ever happen. Like, all of those girls, like, we wouldn't be the same team without them, and it's just such, I wouldn't say lucky, but so amazing that we all get to be on the same team at the same time.
Johnson is a great facilitator for the Trojans offense. She's athletic and very smart, but also has a certain quality that elite setters need.
The thing that people don't necessarily appreciate if they don't understand the intricacies of it is she's very thick-skinned as well. She's getting constant feedback from coaches and teammates, and she works through that feedback and to be the best player she can be in every moment.
I constantly get feedback from my hitters, and I definitely am asking for feedback from my hitters, like, what do you need here? Like, I'll get you this. So, like, just not being afraid, like, that if you do something wrong, like, not being afraid to get that feedback. And definitely, like, our coaches are pretty hard on the setter, so, like, as they should be, I feel like. So you just have to have really thick skin and just work over it to know that it's for the greater good of the team.
Helmich has accepted a scholarship to play volleyball at James Madison University next year. Through the recruiting process, she consulted a lot with her uncle, Jeff Carlston. Carlston is the head volleyball coach at Ohio State University.
Some of my favorite memories with him are like me sitting on the bench next to him, like at an away match, or like when they're at the Gophers, and like I get to be on the court with him and just like before the match, and that was really cool. So he's had a huge impact on my life.
Wayzata seniors have been through a lot since coming up to varsity as sophomores, and as their last postseason approaches, they're aiming to go out with a bang.
Helmich finishes it with, I would say, considerable authority, and it's 25-11.
The Trojans placed second at the STMA Fall Classic over the weekend. They wrap up the regular season Tuesday against Minneapolis.